Ukraine has joined NATO whether Russia likes it or not, and more are yet to follow. One of the bogus reasons that Vladimir Putin laid out for his incompetently executed invasion of Ukraine was to prevent Ukraine from joining NATO. Against all evidence and common sense, he claimed that Ukraine's membership in a defensive alliance like NATO posed a direct threat to Russia. Putin and his acolytes would have us believe that NATO has just been lying in wait for the chance to bring Ukraine into NATO so NATO can invade Russia or something. Instead, in something of a geopolitical own goal, the invasion of Ukraine has created a de facto expansion of NATO to include Ukraine, and a de jure expansion of NATO to include Finland and Sweden is only months away. Thursday, the NATO foreign ministers met in an emergency session to discuss the war in Ukraine and, more specifically, how to keep Ukraine in the war. This quote is from my post titled, "Game-changing weapons begin to flow to Ukraine after NATO emergency meeting." A very insightful statement came from Ukraine Foreign Minister Dmytro Kuleba. "I think the deal that Ukraine is offering is fair. You give us weapons, we sacrifice our lives, and the war is contained in Ukraine. All of the actions taken by NATO countries indicate they have agreed to Mr. Kuleba's deal. What is happening in Ukraine is far more than a proxy war, it has turned into a low-key way of bringing Ukraine into NATO." While a lot of attention was paid to Ukraine receiving armored vehicles, T-62s and BMPs from Czechia, and an S-300 surface-to-air missile system from Slovakia, the big news, in my view, was Ukraine buying 16 Zuzana 2 self-propelled 155mm howitzers. Why is the sale of 16 artillery pieces a big deal? 3 silly millimeters. Russian artillery uses a 152mm projectile. The NATO standard is 155mm. By the way, Georgia is also looking at buying this artillery. Like Ukraine, they also use 152mm artillery, making them NATO compliant. Western anti-tank weapon systems have already pushed the once ubiquitous RPG-7 into near extinction. This proliferation of advanced man-portable anti-tank weapons from US Javelin and British NLAW to German Panzerfaust III has achieved something of NATO standardization. On the anti-aircraft side of the ledger, the US Stinger and British Starstreak are pushing the Russian Igla the way of the dodo. Also lacking notice is Australia's providing combat-proven Bushmaster vehicles to aid mobility. The Bushmaster is similar to the US MRAP and provides a great deal of crew protection and survivability. Britain has also committed to sending 120 of their MRAP equivalent, the Mastiff, to Ukraine. Again, more standardization. The US is also involved in extensive intelligence sharing with Ukraine. So guys, we have come to an end of this news session. Thanks for watching and please do well to like and subscribe for more updates. Until next time, goodbye for now.